Hello everyone. Today I will be demonstrating the backend of my BookMyShow projects. This is a complete project I have built here. So I built the backend for the simplified movie ticket booking system, similar to how to book my show. Uh, like allow to users select the movies and choose the timing slots, and choose the pick the seats, pick the seat and confirm the booking. So purpose of this backend is to store the booking information permanently and allow user to retrieve their most recent booking whenever they revisit the applications. The book backend is connected to the React frontend, and user interact with the UI in browser, while the frontend communicate with my backend APIs and to the create retrieve booking information. Tech stack I have used here the Node.js plus Express.js or React API server, and MongoDB Atlas and Mongoose for database and schema modeling. Uh, dot environment used for environment variable management, and course like cross origin communications, backend deployment on render, and front-end deployment on Vercel. The problem understanding in these projects, like front-end only application cannot we solve this problem because it cannot permanently store the booking informations. So if a user refresh the browser or open the application another device, the booking information would be lost if it is only exist in the browser. Another reason is that a multiple user may be access the application simultaneously, and the backend acts as a single user of the truth, where all clients send their booking requests. And business rules such as ensuring that the movies, showtimes, and at least one seat are selected should also be handle the backend, because front end is validate can be bypass, and so backend become a responsible storing the data, validating the request, and communicating the with the database. And backend architecture like I have used here in these projects, like show in backend architecture in src, index.js, connector.js, dot git ignores, uh, dot environment, render configurations, like that's it. So uh, although this small project with only two APIs, I have maintained clear separation and responsibility in these projects. So connector.js is responsible connecting the application to the MongoDB, and schema.js contain only Mongoose schema. It defines the structure every booking document is stored in the MongoDB. And index.js is a contain Express server setup, middleware configuration, core setups, and the API routes handlers. Since project contain only two endpoints, I kept everything simple instead of creating separating routes and controller folders. API design and core endpoint, like I design two REST API in these projects. So first is API in post API booking, and this endpoint create a new booking. This frontend send data following form means in this format, like I'll show. This is the first is the post API. Uh, Plus, 8 to the this is the following format like movies, seat, A1, A2, A3, A4, D1, D2, and slot timing. And this is a get API, get method, and post method is a uh, s- uh, this following data JSON format and response like a message booking successful. Uh, this is core APIs. Next is a database design. In this project, like database design and data flow, in the constant booking movies schema, like a new schema, movies like a slot and seats. Movies like I have in a string format, and slot is a string format, and then A1 numbers is seat booking is a numbers format. The MongoDB collection is called as a book movies ticket. Every booking document contains movies name, shows, slots, and seat information. Seat data store is an as a nested object where every seat category contains select quantity, and I select MongoDB because the project doesn't require complex tables, a relationship, or joins. Every booking store a single document, making MongoDB ideal choice. And MongoDB add a schema validation on the top of the MongoDB, ensure the uh, means every document follow the expected texture like a data flow like request, express, Mongoose model, and MongoDB Atlas, and this success response in MongoDB. Though, so in this project like validation, security, and error handling, we have I have used the validation is performance both front end and back end. Like on the front end format, user cannot be submit booking unless a movies a slot and at least one seat are selected. On the backend, all API routes are wrapped inside the try and catch a book blocks, and if error is occurs while saving the data, the server return to HTTP status 500 with the generic error message instead of crashing. The debugging purpose, I log actual error on server using a console.log, but I don't expose like internal error details like clients. And for the security, the Mongoose connection string store inside dot environment file about dot environment. The dot environment file is ignored using dot get ignore, preventing a sensitive credential from the being the upload the GitHub. Next is the testing and debugging and deployment process in this project. Like manually tested both API using a front-end application. I verified the booking creation, la, latest booking retrievals, and data scores, JSON response, data responsive means data is the persistent inside MongoDB Atlas. During the deployment, I use console.log to monitor database connections and upcoming requests and errors. Like the backend deploy on renders as a Node.js web server services. And initially, I tried to deploying on Vercel, but our serverless function in causes MongoDB connection is a timeout issue. The moving the backend is a on render solve this problem because provide the continuous running servers. Then front end deploy on Vercels, and both deployment connection to the GitHub. Like so, every push main branch automatically trigger new deployment. Challenges and optimization in future and future improvement in these projects. Like the challenges during this is I face several of challenges in these projects. during the development. First challenge is a compatibility issue with the newer Node.js versions. I solved this problem by using the Node version manager and running the project on Node 18. Another challenge was deploying on backend on Vercel, because Vercel is a serverless function. MongoDB connection frequently timeout, and migrating the backend in the render solve the means solve the issue by using deployment backend in on renders. Initially, MongoDB credential was coded using development. Before development deployment, I moved the environment variable using dot environment for the better security. And I also use a MongoDB object RD, storing the instead of the creating separate timestamp field. Paste the latest booking. In future, I would like to add in this project like the JWT authentications, user account, booking histories, seat availability checking, and payment gateway iterations, like. And lastly is the conclusion of this project. This project helped me understand the how to complete the backend application work using the Node.js, Express.js, MongoDB, Mongoose. I learned REST API development and database design, and environment variable management, deployment and backend architecture, and uh, all the backend architecture deployment. Learn all the REST API in here in these projects. So thank you for watching my project demonstrating.